Hey everyone, it's Melody with Design by Melody for the Sonshine Stamp Company design team today. This is my first layout for January, and January is actually the last month that I am going to be on the design team. It was a 6-month term, and this is the end, and I can't believe it's been 6 months, but I'm still loving the stamps. And keep an eye out because I just ordered the stamps for my giveaway that I will be doing at some point in January. I don't know the exact date yet, but stay tuned because I will have more details about that. Excuse me. So jumping right in, I am using a couple different things in this layout. The very first thing that I'm using, of course, are the stamps from Sonshine Stamp Company. And I will have a link to that shop down below, and I'll also have links to all of the stamp sets that I use in this particular page. Now, I will say that 2 of the stamp sets that I used are currently out of stock, but keep an eye out because I'm pretty positive those will be back in stock soon. And those 2 stamp sets are the alphabets, not alphabet. Yes, the alphabet stamps that I used. I just wanted to make sure. So I'm going to use Kate's Hand. I'm going to use the calendar stamp set. I'm going to use Lisa's letters, and then I'm also going to use Planner Basics. I think I use calendar and Planner Basics on every single Project Life Square that I have done, specifically for the design team. Those are just extremely versatile, and I feel like you can use them on anything really, and that's why I love them so much. And those are going to be in my giveaway, as well as a couple other stamp sets. There are 4 total stamp sets right now that are in the giveaway, and that may change, but right now there are 4 that I'm going to be including, so make sure that you keep an eye out for that. That will be up at some time this month, like I said, before my design team term is over. I wanted to make sure that I did it in the last month, so you guys can just, like, as my farewell, thank you for watching all my videos and supporting me while I was on this design team. This was the first design team that I was on, and I've really, really enjoyed it. I love these stamps. They are awesome quality, and there's some really versatile, different designs that she has. There's more artistic designs, there's planner stamps, there are, basic stamps like the Planner Basics. Even though it's called a planner stamp set, I actually feel like I use it more on Project Life than I do on in my planner, actually. So anyways, now back to this actual layout. So the other products that I'm using, you can see I kind of have a pile of different things. I pulled out a Gossamer Blue Life Pages kit from August of 2016. Now it did come with a stamp set, so I just took it out, and I'm using everything else that came in that kit with the Sonshine Stamp Company stamps. And I am, of course, going to add ink. I'm going to use my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. That's my go-to. I'm going to pull out some Studio Calico Silver Star Sequin, and also I'm using an LA Studio calendar card. It's a 3x4 card. You saw me cut it up at the very beginning. It's that one that had the December 2015 date on it at the very top that I'm going to be using on my title card. These are all my stamps from Sonshine Stamp Company. Just kind of flipping through, trying to decide what I want to use. And of course, I kind of go to my standard, but I just really love the mixture of having either stamped or typed things on my layout, as well as my handwriting. I don't like it to be all handwritten. I don't like it to be all typed out. I don't like it to be all stamped. I really like the mixture of the two. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this geotag, and I wanted to stamp it on that gold washi tape. It's a glitter gold, but it's not like a chunky glitter. It's a very fine glitter. So I wanted to use that here and stamp on that so I can have a geotag. Now the ink didn't exactly stick to the washi tape very well, so I just took my Sharpie pen and outlined the outline of where that geotag was. And it's taking me a moment to actually get the washi tape off of the piece of cardstock that I stuck it on, so that's what took me just a moment there. And then I'm going to pull out a couple other stamps. The first one says school, and then I'm also going to pull out the second stamp that says birthday. And so this was like Kaylin's school, his birthday celebration at school. We took donuts, Dunkin' Donuts. If you can't really see it in the photo here, but you can actually see Dunkin' Donuts on the pile of napkins that's sitting right there. So it's actually pretty self-explanatory what this was. I'm going to have 2 filler cards right here in the middle, that high 5, and then also that gray and white floral. I'm just going to put... on one of them, I'm going to put a tiny piece of washi tape, that same gold washi tape, and then I'm going to put a wood veneer on each one of those. Now, I have these 2 4x6 cards at the bottom, and I'm going to create a cluster right in the center and kind of have it go from one card to the other. And the first thing we're going to do is stamp out 2 of these banner stamps from the Planner Basics stamp set, and I'm just using some scrap paper. It's actually a gossamer blue packaging. It's white with gray polka dots. It goes very well with the color scheme of this kit. And I'm going to have this on one side with a little piece of washi tape as well as part of this sticker. The sticker it was an arrow, and it had before and then it had after. And I'm just going to line up the same thing right here on the other photo right next to it. So it just looks like it goes across the 2 photos. Looks like it was one cluster that goes across the 2 photos that was just cut in half. I'm cutting off the banner end there. I wanted it to line up with that, which is why I had kind of placed it down over it. And I'm going to do the same thing with the washi tape here. I'm having it to where the banner sides are on the left and then the arrow points to the right. So it says before and then it says after. And what these photos are, this is of Kaylin at home opening our birthday presents. And so I had a photo of him sitting there with them unopened. So that's the before picture. And then I have a picture of him holding up a Power Ranger that he got. And that's the after photo. Going through the chipboard that came in the kit, and I'm going to pull out this little olive green one that says today, and then there's also a heart that says love, and I just really like the 2 of these. I thought they were really pretty. And then of course I have to layer just a tad bit of washi under it just to kind of keep it from looking like it's floating. I like the simplicity of this kit. It was very simple, and it was very easy to add the stamps with it because the kit was not so bold itself, and so the stamps just really look nice with it. And what I'm going to stamp here is actually December 2nd, and then I'm using the little zigzag line from the Planner Basics stamp set to add a little design under it. And I will use that same zigzag stamp set on that title card as well. I haven't gotten there quite yet, but I will use it up there as well. Now, I haven't touched the top right photo yet, and that's actually a picture of us at the mall, and they had this Christmas tree set up, like a paper Christmas tree, and it had the cutout faces, so it was like elves, and each side of the Christmas tree, it was like a 4-sided Christmas tree, had different things, like there was a reindeer that you could stand and put your face in, there's an elf, I think there was like Santa Claus or something. So we have 2 little elves, and it says Merry Holidays, like Merry Holidays or whatever. And so there's a picture of my mom and Kaylin with their faces in it. And then I have another photo that's under it. That's a picture of me and my mom with our faces in it, just being goofy. And that was a picture that Kaylin took. He actually took a better picture than I took, honestly. His lighting is better. But I'm going to create a flip pocket here. And I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how I do these flip pockets later this month. Because I've had multiple people ask me how I do those, and I don't have a fuse tool. I don't have the little, I think they're We Are Memory Keeper flip pockets possibly. There's something flip pockets, but I don't have those. I just use supplies that I have in my stash, and I will share with you how I do that, just because it's very helpful for me. I am very much an advocate of not buying new supplies. If I don't have to, I would rather just use what I have if I can make it work. So I will share with you guys how I do that. Just keep an eye out on my channel. Make sure that you're signed up for my, of course, subscribed, and then sign up for the notifications so you can get the notifications of when I post new things. Just creating this flip pocket. It's a lot easier to do the flip pocket if it's on the front side of the Project Life page or at the top, because then you have an opening. And this one was actually on the back side, but it is at the top of the page, so it just goes over the edge. And this is where I'm going to pull out the 2 alphabet stamps. Now, as I mentioned, right now these are currently out of stock, but keep an eye out because I think they should be coming back pretty soon. Seems like for the holidays these sold out really quickly. I think she had a big sale around Black Friday, so put that on your calendar for next year. I always kind of keep an eye out for different Black Friday sales, and I put them on my calendar so I remember the next year to go back and look for those sales for those companies. And so make sure you put Sonshine Stamp Company on your calendar because she had some great deals at right after Thanksgiving for Black Friday. So my title here just says Crazy Elves, and I'm just using the 2 different stamp sets to create this this title, and this is just on the back side of Flip Pocket, so it's got kind of a hidden pocket here, but you'll be able to see I love interactive elements in my scrapbook pages. I just, especially Project Life, because you have all the pockets. Oh, it's fantastic. I love having just interactive. Now, it doesn't have to be real fancy or real bold or real decorated. This is very simple, but I just really like what it adds. It keeps every page from looking, the same, especially since I use the same design page protector every single time, unless I make a particular one. There we go, and that kind of finishes that off. We're getting near the end. I have just a couple little things that I'm going to be adding, but make sure you check out the still photos I have at the end of this video, as well as make sure you go check out the Sonshine Stamp Company blog, because I will have photos and a description of how I made this layout over there as well. There are tons of posts that go up every single week, every single month from the design team. So there's some really lovely ladies. And if you have not checked them out, make sure you go check them out and support them, because you know what? Everybody comes up with something really creative, and I get some great inspiration from the other ladies. So make sure you go check them out. And of course, go check out the stamp sets as well. So these are the 2 filler cards that I mentioned before. I'm just keeping those pretty simple. The photos are kind of colorful and a little bit bold, so I wanted to give your eye a little bit of a rest in the middle of the page, and that kind of keeps it from being quite so messy looking, I guess. I love simple things and clean looking lines. I'm not one for a ton of white space. I love the way it looks, but as I'm creating it, sometimes it doesn't look finished to me when I'm doing it, so I end up filling up a lot of the white space, but I think it's very important to leave some white space around as well. So I'm just adding my journaling, kind of telling what was going on. It says, Kaylin turned 5 today. Our boy is growing up so fast. We started the day with donuts at preschool, followed by a school trip to karate, which Kaylin was convinced was for him. There's a coordinating page that'll kind of go with this next to here. And then it says, next we enjoyed lunch as a family and grandma, opened presents, and then went to the mall for some fun. Such a fun and eventful day. And that's the only real journaling I have on here, except for the stamped journaling that I also included. So I'm just kind of looking around and see if there's anything else that I want to add. And this is where I'll pull out that Studio Calico Star sequins. And I'm just kind of flipping through, looking through all of my different sequins to see if there's anything else that jumps out to me other than just plain silver. But silver is the best complement for this page. And then after that, that finishes off this layout. I love the way that the stamps are mixed in with my handwritten journaling, as I mentioned before, as well as the printing on the cards. I just think it's a really nice complement to each other, and I really enjoyed making this. I love it when layouts come together, and I'm extremely pleased with them the whole time. Sometimes things don't always work out, but this one worked out perfectly, and I really am pleased with how it turned out. All right, thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I really appreciate all the support, and I will be back soon. All right, bye.